There's a beautiful property you have here.
Thanks, Jap. Yeah, love it.
How long have you actually been here for?
We've been living here for just over 6 months now. We've had the property for nearly 3 years, but just finished building the house.
Sean and Jane have done a fantastic job ticking all the boxes when it comes to country living. Beautiful veggie patch, couple of the big water tanks, and a particular favourite, that massive dam they've put in.
Because it's a big property, you did need a big house, or at least a big frontage on your house. And also because of the environment and the climate, you had to have a house that was going to stand the massive winds that come through and the heat. It's hot out here in central Victoria, and you know what? It's freezing cold. It actually snowed last winter up here.
Really?
We weren't here at the time, but our neighbours told us and showed us the photos. So extremes in weather and the harsh environment meant that you had to have a pretty solid house.
Well, I'm freezing out here, so I'd love to go inside and see what you've
Yeah,
done.
please. Sorry to keep you out so long. Come on in.
The first thing that I loved about this house as I walked in is the mint green barn doors, and then that ties into the kitchen beautifully, and also the granite bench top. I think that's just wonderful. Like the black with the green, perfect. It's not all open plan living, which is great for keeping heating and cooling in. So you've got an amazing space with the kitchen. The bedrooms are all down to one side, down the back.
You've gone with some very bold choices, from the mint in the main bathroom and then the light pink in the master ensuite. So how did you and Jane go coming up with the design together?
Okay, well, she knows that pink is my favourite colour,
Oh,
believe it or not. Yeah, we had a pink room in our previous home back in Melbourne, so the pink tiles just seemed a perfect fit. It's sort of, I think Jane calls it mid-century modern. It's not quite, but you know, some aspects are, and that pink tile I think is very mid-century modern.
Being the avid tiler that I am, it was really nice to see that they've gone with a vinyl tile rather than your porcelain. It's obviously nice and warm under the foot, glasses don't break, but a massive cost-saving benefit as well. And you've got some really nice windows. I noticed one's tilted, another one's open. How does that all come together?
Yeah, they tilt and they turn. They tilt in so much that the top flops open and you get a breeze coming through. The breeze works really well if you tilt the windows up the back of the house, and all of a sudden you've got a draft running through the house. Clears the air, keeps it cooler. And if you really want a blast of air, open up the windows and maybe get the cooking smell out, or maybe if a cool change comes in, just blast it through the house. But we find the tilting is just enough. You know, they're tilted open pretty much all the time.
Well, you mentioned we're in boulder country, granite boulders in particular. Was that the inspiration behind the grey brick?
I think it was, yeah. We just, again, we wanted a bigger house for a bigger block, but at the same time we wanted it to blend in. So we're halfway up the hill. We think we're sort of bunkered into the hill in a way. And we just have this vision that one day, when the timber panelling fades off to grey, and with the grey bricks, it might just look a bit like a boulder from down the road there. Square boulder, but yeah, that was the inspiration, just to fit in with the landscape.
We are about to start a renovation for our home, and we just want some ideas on tips and tricks of budgeting.
Just be prepared to scale down your grand plan.
You listening?
Yeah.
You listening, honey?
I'll take note.
So our design was quite different. Still the same number of rooms, but we were going to have a separate wing, but that meant another whole wall of bricks. At $1 a brick, that was a lot of money. And just have a look out for some really stunning features that are cheap. I love the doors, and they were cheap, you know, compared to what's out there, and it's got a great impact, I think.
Well, I'm really excited to see how this pergola shapes up in the years to come when it greys out.
Yeah, the vine coming around, yeah, should be nice and green in summer, and then all the leaves come off and yeah, catch the sun in winter.
Sean, thanks so much for having Mel and I and giving us some really good tips on how to save money. I love the vinyl flooring, and you've given us a lot of inspiration.
Oh, it's a pleasure, guys. Maybe take that back to the folk back in Croydon too, to help them build their dream home.